And welcome back, everyone. Welcome to day number 3 of Rak'Shir League Season 2 Mid-Season Invitational. I'm, of course, your host, Light VIP, and with me, I'm joined by the one, the only, the fluffy, the AsherBro.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Hello. We have been, of course, covering this tournament for the past 2 days via replays. We have been trying to quickly catch up here just before round 3 went live, and now for the first time for this tournament, it's not a replay cast, Papi. It's not a replay cast.
Oh, we are live. It's been years since we were.
It's been years, Papi, since I've been able to feel that pulse. We are we are alive, Papi. We're alive. Yeah, I'm honestly pretty excited. Overall, we do have our first series of the day lined up for us, and it is going to be Platinum Heroes versus CSO Esports.
Beautiful. So it looks like we're going to be getting straight on into this one. Going to be Babylon for the first match and a bit of a ZVT. Oh, feels good. Feels good to have a ZVT.
Oh,
the real matchup.
Oh.
It's StarCraft, Puffy.
We get to cast some StarCraft. ZVT. Oh, my friend. Oh, the bad news. We have our lineups here today, and we are currently waiting for our CSO Esports player. It is going to be HateMe.
Oh, is it a Zerg?
It's gonna be HateMe versus YoungYakov to start.
Oh, it's a Zerg. Smudge. No, it's fine.
I tricked you again, Papi. Oh my god. So
okay, I'm an expert in the gas first, pool first ZVZ matchup.
Oh, you know it's unbeatable.
Yeah, it actually is unbeatable. I've never lost with it in the last 2 games that I played.
Oh, it's beautiful, Bobby. It's beautiful. So everyone in the chat, we can all see together here the lineups here for today. We start things off with HateMe versus YoungYakov. Then we diversify a little bit, and we end up in a PvT with Goblin versus MilkiCow. And then to end things off, he's even there in the chat. Oh, you love to see him.
Eba.
Bit
of PvZ, a bit of Polish Protoss for Zerg.
It's Polish Protoss on Polish Zerg on Polish Zerg. Oh.
Wait, what? Eva's a Protoss player.
No.
You're an animal.
Don't do it, Papi. Don't do it.
You know it to be true. Look inside of yourself, Light. You know it's true.
Look inside your son. Oh.
Okay.
As you can hear the beeps, we are getting into our first matchup here. Whether Eba's gonna play Zerg or Protoss, I don't know. I don't know if I want to know. Keep that to yourself until you're ready to come out, Eba.
We support you no matter what you choose.
We do. You know, our love is unwavering. You know, we will support you forever.
Unconditional. As
much as it can, unless you start playing KS2.
True.
Then there's a condition.
And you're dead to me. And here we go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of the map in the blue, this is your Zerg player starting things off with a 12 pool. It is YoungYakov for CSO Esports.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Babylon, we have his opponent, the Austrian Zerg player representing Platinum Heroes. It is HateMe. Oh, going for the pool first. Oh.
He's a teacher, Puppy. He's going to teach you the ways.
Let's go, Papi. Let's go. The rock, paper, scissors here of ZVZ. So I believe we were the ones that casted Namshar versus YoungYakov together a couple of days ago, Asher, and we saw YoungYakov 12 pool every single game.
Yeah, that is true. And he did a lot better the second game. I remember that now.
You see what I did there? I triggered your memory, Papi.
Yeah, you triggered me. These Zergs are all the same. I remember when YoungYakov was playing against Namshar and then he beat Raynor, and it was kind of crazy to see him beat Raynor like that.
Yeah.
Old what's his name?
3-point?
No.
No?
The Age of Empires player.
Oh, Leenock?
Yeah. They're all the same.
Shaking my head. But of course, YoungYakov is opening up pretty aggressively. Typically, when he does 12 pull, he makes an extra wave of links behind this, so he's rushing across the map here to try to find some damage. But HateMe read this quite well. He's playing this safe, and he's already got his own links.
Yeah, great positioning there. Unfortunately, it does take a bit of extra damage on the Lings, so he's just going to have to buy a little bit of time until he can get some more Lings out, or maybe bring a Queen down or something like that. We do see it's going to be 6 Lings against 8 Lings now, and it does feel like YoungYakov slightly getting the better of the trades here, but with that Queen coming down, that should be him more than safe here, and this was repelled very comfortably. Build order win for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, when you hung on that M for a little bit, when and I thought you were gonna say, "Oh, he's molding, Puffy."
He's gone.
It's over. Oh my god. I mean, the Lynx are going to try and come back in here. A bit of a desperation move by YoungYakov, but the Lynx are just too damn good.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if this was the move. I mean, the one advantage that he did have is he does have those Lings left over, but now it feels like he's going to have to be remaking a few of those Lings. We actually see him making a Spine just to be careful. The Queens are coming out, extra Lings being made as well. So what was a little bit of a disadvantage now just becomes even more of a disadvantage.
Yeah, exactly. YoungYakov unfortunately felt the pressure on him to do some damage with his opener, and in the end he did that damage, but more to himself than anything. And now he's forced to make even more Lings. He may even be forced to, I was gonna say, even go for like a Ling flood, but he doesn't have any gases. He's going gasless. Like, we don't have Ling speed anytime soon.
Yeah, he's pretty much been forced into this gasless position here, so it looks like he's going to have to play more of a 2-base Roach style, but no, actually going to be throwing down those gases a little bit later. But this is a really nice little lead that HateMe has for himself because of this, and with that he's going to be throwing down an Evo very quickly. Interesting, but a third as well.
Yeah, he's getting a third base, he's getting Evo Chamber as well. He's making a flood of Lings just to make sure he doesn't get caught off guard by the slow Lings of YoungYakov. And what you said rings true. You know, he should be transitioning into 2-base Roach. He should be skipping Ling speed. YoungYakov has to try and cut as many corners as he can and try to find some use here for these Lings. This is dangerous. This is a one-way trip. They can't run back home.
Yeah, I mean, this is why this Ling speed is so important here. He's going to put himself into a corner to trade as well as he can, but this really is not the most efficient trade whatsoever. They do get this around there, and HateMe just decimates these forces here. And what is left here for YoungYakov? We can see the supply almost doubled here for HateMe. We do have a Roach Warren coming up, but Carapace is on the way for these Lings as well.
Yeah, this is again a rough start here for YoungYakov. He has fully walled off. He is again attempting to go straight into Roaches. I love that we have a Baneling Nest on the way as well. This is a great way to deal with the influx of Lings that HateMe has available to him. So YoungYakov can morph in, you know, maybe 3 or 4 Banelings just to cover his own Roaches. But I don't see him ever taking a third base, you know.
I love this. HateMe just staring him down with these Lings, telling him, I dare you to break that Evo. And neither player flinching here.
Oh my god, yeah, exactly. We'll see if maybe YoungYakov regrets this. I mean, he's making Roaches behind this, no more drones either, so he's going to be going into a very big all-in off of 22 drones. I don't know if we can really sustain much of an army with this low economy, but I mean, it's the situation that we're given here. Like, what else can we do?
You think he thought YoungYakov's a dinosaur, and if he doesn't move, you can't see him?
Oh, I can't see him. Oh, true.
As here we go, YoungYakov going to be committing to this massive Roach Bane attack. He is pretty heavily all in on this. I don't mind saying that. So these are 11 Roaches getting popped out here for HateMe are going to be absolutely crucial. Does feel like he's going to have what he needs to defend and have a pretty comfortable road into the next game here.
Yeah, he's got so much time to respond here. We've got Roaches on the way, we've got Queens, we've got Lings, we have everything we need. Banelings are being morphed in now, but it's too late already for these Roaches get caught out and surrounded.
Yeah, absolutely brutal. HateMe going to play it safe as well, not overcommit with the Banes present, and there we go. GG is called. HateMe getting the first game.
Oh, GG, well played. A pretty solid win there for HateMe. Pretty straightforward as well. Just reading YoungYakov like a book. Even when it comes to the openers, going for that pool first was a very smart play, considering YoungYakov's tendencies.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he was watching those games that we had recently, he would have noticed that YoungYakov was going for that 12 pool quite a lot. So definitely intelligent way to kind of fill things out to start off with, and maybe feeling like the stronger player as well, and that all he needs to do is just defend some kind of cheese like that.
Definitely. And now he has that nice lead here for his team, but it's a best of 2. The way this works, everyone, is overall it's a best of 7, but for all these players individually, they are best of 2s, and it is going to be YoungYakov's map pick from here, so he can bring this back. He can potentially tie things up 1-1.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, YoungYakov, he's going to have other strategies up his sleeves as well. I don't think he's going to be necessarily going for that 12 pool again, unless it's just a mind game that he's not going to get pool firsted into again. So definitely. It's interesting, the ZVZ mind games. There's always a little bit of coin flipping involved. I remember with Dark and Rogue, that was the most coin flippy matchup of players I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. Like, these ZVZs, they can get really insane. They can get really intense as well. Hopefully we don't get any of this boring Roach v Roach kind of late game nonsense. We don't want any of that. But we'll see here. Also, a massive shout out to someone in the chat, Shady in the chat, subscribing with Twitch Prime for 6 months. Thank you.
Thank you, Asher. Always nice to see familiar faces in the chat.
Definitely. Gracias, papi, gracias. Also, the entire time my brain was trying to remember the quote. Life finds a way, papi.
In what context?
You'll figure it out.
I've been thinking about that jump over the candlestick thing for days now. It's living in my head rent free.
That was a beautiful moment. That was my brain had literally turned to
incredible.
Mush. Yeah.
Your instinct. As here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of the map, making a drone for the first time that we've seen it in these team leagues. We are going to be having CSO Esports YoungYakov.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Grezvan, we have his opponent, the Austrian Zerg player. Representing Platinum Heroes, it is HateMe. Oh, mate, YoungYakov, he's crazy. He's making drones.
He is crazy. He's going for a hatch first.
Oh my god.
Oh, but HateMe knows.
Oh.
He knows about me.
Oh my god, the mind games, the mental battles that are happening before us right now. This is basically the Death Note scene when they're playing tennis and they're having like massive monologues as as they're playing tennis. It's crazy right now what's going on here.
Yeah, that scene from Death Note.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Oh my god, Asher, have you not watched Death Note? Mate.
No. I told you I don't watch anime, man.
You're crazy. Everyone's seen Death Note.
No. I used to touch grass, you know.
You're an animal. Animals touch grass.
True. Animals eat grass.
They eat.
They chew on it. But I get itchy from grass, so I don't really want to know what happens if I eat it.
Yeah, me too. It's itchy. Yeah. Disgusting.
Like the sand thing. Gets everywhere. It itches. I hate sand.
Oh my god. Well, speaking of hating sand, these players also hate us because
Seamless segue.
because we have hatch gas pools from both players here. You know, it's just some pretty standard and regular openers. We'll see where things go from here. Again, it makes sense for YoungYakov to be humbled a little bit after the first game. Gonna want to play things a little bit more straight up, a little bit more standard. Wouldn't be surprised if he throws down his third base shortly and goes for that bailing nest.
You reckon this is sand, like in between the natural and third here?
Oh,
kind of looks a bit sandy.
Yeah, it's like a, you know,
like sandstone.
Yeah, sandstone. Sure. Maybe gravel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is sand. Yeah.
It's like a sapphire.
Oh, what?
Yeah, like cosmic sapphire.
Oh, yeah, it's like a lagoon, you know.
Azure.
Krug.
Yeah.
Parrot.
Some of the grass is blue. Why is the grass blue?
You know, it's blue grass. It's just we're on an alien planet. I mean, this is not Earth, actually. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't actually know that. It didn't really occur to me.
It's
not something I really think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it does make sense. I mean, like it's a Zerg map. It's
Yeah.
probably not.
It's a Zerg map? Is that what you just? You're an animal.
The Zerg map at best.
At best? What is it at worst?
At best. I haven't worked that one out yet. We're only halfway there, alright.
All good. As we do have that bailing nest from YoungYakov, he's making some safety bailings here at his third base as well. Meanwhile, on the other side, pretty similar things. Both players mirroring each other here, doing their best impersonations of HateMe and YoungYakov.
Like, you don't have to cast yet. They're just doing their thing.
Look, I'm just making sure everyone knows that we can say nothing.
We're allowed.
We're allowed to talk about Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Wait, we were talking about Jurassic Park?
That's why I said life finds a way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why didn't you explain that?
What do you mean? It's what else am I talking about?
I was like, what are you talking about? And you weren't like, from Jurassic Park. You were just like, you'll work it out one day when you're older.
And you did.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my god, there's things pop up for a moment there. And oh my god, no! No!
Oh. Whoa! Another massive Bane shot. That's twice that HateMe's gotten the better of YoungYakov with these Banelings here. And you can see that reflected ever so slightly in the supply for a moment there. It looks like it is just kind of going to balance itself out here. But where are we going to see the two players diverge? Firstly, we are going to see HateMe going into a lair a lot earlier. And it looks like YoungYakov committing a little bit harder to roaches here.
He definitely is, but before that even happens, the Lings are across the map. Banelings are about to morph in just in time. Roaches are coming out as well, and it looks like YoungYakov should be able to push these back.
Ooh.
But no, I spoke too soon because the wall isn't a wall. He's trying to bust through the green.
Very tidy micro coming out from HateMe as well. I'm really impressed with how he's doing this, but at the same time, we are having a bit of an evacuation of the third. Looks like there's going to be enough roaches coming out to secure this area. And behind this, what is HateMe going to be going into? We see roach speed being started up, so it is in fact going to be roaches, but he is getting some extra gases on top of this. So do you think it's possible that we're going to see Muta?
Yeah, this is actually a lot of gases. This is crazy. He's going up to 5 gases right now, so he has the tech if he wants to. He has the gas available if he wants to go into a Hydrogen to try to go into lurker play later on. Meanwhile, very nice wall there as well, in time to block off those Lings.
That was really nice. HateMe's looking very sharp and crisp at the moment.
Oh, he really is, but has he been caught with his pants down? No, he has not. The defender's advantage is just too good, and these roaches are going to be going down.
Yeah, very tidy defense so far here from HateMe. He's going to be continuing to pump out some roaches here. Might have a little bit of timing when that roach speed finishes up, but behind this, also going to be droning up a little bit. So he's going to enjoy a decent little advantage in the drone count there, getting his 4th as well as YoungYakov. And there is the Spire.
There we go. We were wondering what all that gas was going to be for, and it is for a Spire. Meanwhile, YoungYakov hasn't invested in any tech of his own. He's still stuck on roaches. He's working on +2. He's still, trying to recover here from the earlier stages of the game, and I'm not too convinced here by this push from HateMe.
Yeah, it seems like he is just trying to trade out some roaches here, try to keep YoungYakov busy, keep him distracted, maybe forcing some extra units as well. But yeah, we do see he's going to be going into the meters, so it's the, the Roach Wars cheating. You have the rock, paper, scissors, and then he's just like, shotgun. Like what?
Yeah, you don't know that that's even possible. That's something that you can pick
No.
until it's already in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not allowed to do that. And it's like, well, who's going to tell me I can't? You're dead.
He was watching my stream earlier today where I got smudged by mutas multiple times.
Schoolyard kids weren't smart enough, you know?
Yeah.
They could have worked that out.
Yeah, we still aren't.
It's true. I'm pretty sure I'm a lot dumber than when I finished school. I don't know when that happens, but it gets you eventually.
Yeah, the brain turns off, Papi, and as that's happening, we do see YoungYakov trying to set up a bit of this is a little bit smudge. Overlord speed is still a ways off.
I just have that Jurassic Park song playing in my head there.
Is it the flute version? Okay. Is it?
Yeah, it's a flute version, yeah. I'm not going to attempt to do the flute version with my voice, but we are going to be having HateMe poking around here, trying to get a bit of an angle to attack on the fourth here. So if he is distracted here, I think YoungYakov could get a bit of damage here, but if he does find those Dropalords with the mutas, that could be devastating.
That really could. The mutas have been revealed. The Dropalords are moving in from the south, and right now the mutas are a little bit distracted, clearing up some overlords towards the north. Instead, we see a little bit of a roach run by 8 drones have gone down, so YoungYakov is struggling to keep up, but the drops are coming.
Yeah, very nice out of HateMe, but there we go. We are going to be having this drop coming in. Looks like HateMe hasn't quite caught onto this, so there we go. They're going to be dropping on in. The roaches are in position. Nice quick pull on the drones as well.
Oh, yeah. No, the Dropalord is going to try and evacuate, but no, it is going to go down at the same time. YoungYakov is setting up a massive push towards that third base. It looks like he has an overwhelming amount of roaches, but the reinforcements for HateMe are coming in.
Yeah, massive amount of reinforcements coming in. So that was a great trade for YoungYakov there, but he's not going to be able to stick around, especially with the mutas here to help out.
Yeah, the mutas have arrived. We do already have a hydrogen thrown down for YoungYakov, so he will have some anti-air, but he has to trade out these roaches as best he can. He splits off a couple of roaches, but nice reaction from HateMe. He does pull away some of these roaches.
So smooth. That's cool. Yeah.
He's so slick.
It's like nice to watch,
Yeah. Oh my god, HateMe really impressing here, and now he can go for a bit of a counterattack. We do have those hydras coming out, but again, YoungYakov, he's down in the supply, he's down in the workers as well, and he has to relinquish map control due to all these mutas.
Yeah, these mutas are going to be able to go around and clean up these overlords as well, despite the fact that they do have that overlord speed. So that's just going to be a massive advantage, especially on a map that's this big, with Gressfan having so many attack paths as well. Map control can be extremely important here because you can catch your opponent very far off guard and maybe take out some drones, take out a base. There's a lot of possibilities there when you have that map control.
100%, mate. Like, being out of position or being in position can be so difficult when you don't see that army coming. Speaking of, we do see HateMe going for a bit of a roach run by here on the right-hand side. HateMe is close to maxed out. He wants to throw some of these away, but nice surround from YoungYakov.
Yeah, nicely done. He's going to be able to take out these roaches very efficiently here. Meanwhile, we'll just be having a look to see what HateMe is going to be replacing that with. He's actually going into hydras of his own. Is this normal to go into roach hydra when you're the muta player?
I think he wants to go into lurkers. He doesn't throw down a lurker den yet. That's the weird thing about this. Quickly checking the structures here, and yeah, there's no lurker den, so for the time being, he's just going pure roach hydra. That's
really interesting. That seems like such a strange choice when you're already the muta player.
Yeah, it is a little bit odd. It is a little bit odd, but you know, it's the game that we're in right now. Oh my god, as HateMe's getting a little bit supplied, locked up on losing all of those overlords, and YoungYakov is trying to rotate over here towards the left-hand side. HateMe out of position for a moment.
Yeah, YoungYakov finds a nice angle here. We're going to have the roaches, the mutas dipping on back in. They are on the side of the roaches away from the hydras, but looks like YoungYakov actually making some headway. Drones are having to be pulled, and drones being pulled into hydras. Not ideal with the DPS that they do present, but looks like he might just get the defense here. Oh, it's going to be close.
Oh, it is going to be close. The boys are pulled. 21 workers are going to be going down, and it looks like YoungYakov, is he going to be able to do it? No, he cannot.
He can't, but that was 21 workers going down, and suddenly his supply shift wildly in his favor. And Yeah, this is going to be really difficult for HateMe. HateMe needs to get a bit of counter damage, but the defender's advantage is going to be just so strong here for YoungYakov. And really, this game just turned on its head in the blink of an eye there.
Yeah, it really did. HateMe just doesn't have enough to really counterattack whatsoever. He lost a lot of his economy, and now YoungYakov has a very solid lead here. He had the better upgrades. He's coming in, and he's even picking off some of these retreating units.
Yeah, the Giga Hydras.
Oh.
Zergs thought they were safe from the Giga Hydras, but no one is safe.
No one is safe, Bobby. Neither is HateMe. Again, he had such a great game overall, but as you pointed out here, in these last couple of moments, he was caught out of position. He had a really weird, awkward transition to he himself get into Roach Hydra, and now he loses his fourth base.
Yeah, brutal. Fourth base does go down here, and we can see the supply is just absolutely plummeting. He's not going to be able to mine with all of these drones either, so he just finds himself in an extremely awkward position. Behind this, YoungYakov going up into Hive, going up into Lurkers as well, so he should have a very comfortable way to solidify this game.
Yeah, he really should. As you correctly pointed out, there is that Hive, there is that Lurker Den. HateMe, he's down on bases. There are definitely ways to come back into this game, but a lot of that relies on trying to catch your opponent off guard out of position, going for a massive run by, maybe forcing some kind of weird base trade as well. The armies are kind of missing each other here, but I feel like YoungYakov's attack is going to be that much more devastating just because like he has more to, I guess HateMe has more to lose.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, HateMe really has to hold on here. The economy is battered and bruised, so even an even trade is going to be pretty bad for him.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And I'm still shocked that there still was no Lurker Den here. Even getting a couple of Lurkers would have helped defend early on, but yeah, it's just still just pure Roach Hydra from HateMe.
Yeah, and he hasn't been able to throw down a fourth yet. I'm kind of curious. What's the plan here?
Yeah, it looks like a backup fourth base is on the way, as YoungYakov is already getting his fifth. His fifth is even that much faster, sorry, and here we go. This is the nail in the coffin. We have Lurkers on the way, we have the Hive, we have Groove Spines. HateMe, he has finally decided his own comeback mechanic, and that is going to be Burrow and Tunneling Claw Roaches.
Oh. Don't zoom in on the Lurkers like that, puppy. You scare me.
Ah!
Ah. I'm not moving. They can't see me.
Oh, true.
It's all a dream.
Life always finds a way.
I wish it wouldn't. As here we go. This Lurker's going to be charging in. Really nice spotter roach there by HateMe, so he's going to be able to see this coming, but the real question is, what can he do about it? He has a good amount of Ravages. Definitely going to help him with taking out these Lurkers if he's going to be able to bile them down. And look at this, YoungYakov actually taking a fight pretty far away from those Lurkers there, as Seismic Spines is only just finishing up now.
Yeah, exactly. So YoungYakov just pulling the trigger a little bit too soon there. Here we go. Does borrow those Lurkers. Is going to lose one of them, but does get a couple of waves off on those Roaches.
Yeah, there were some pretty good biles here. HateMe might be able to get a bit of a surround here as well. I mean, he should have the higher DPS army just because he has so many Hydras in here, and it looks like YoungYakov, he's recognizing that, and he wants to back off a little bit. We have Tunneling Claws finishing up as well for HateMe, which could be interesting, but oh, that was not the best fight. They're taking some big shots from those Lurkers.
He really is, and I do appreciate how proactive he's trying to be. Like, once again, he picks up another one of these Lurkers. Biles are going to force the army back. He's trying to trade as best as he can, but it's still so difficult here against these siege units. Once again, though, YoungYakov fighting out of range of his Lurkers.
Yeah, I mean, something that's really interesting here for HateMe as well is he's basically trying to fight these Lurkers without detection, and I mean, it's going pretty well so far, but oh, there we go, a lot of Overseers. We are going to be having these Roaches being taken out very efficiently. Vipers have hit the field as well, so YoungYakov really has all the tools that he needs to finish this one out. It's just going to come down to whether HateMe can make this weird and chaotic enough to make an advantage out of his DPS.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of where I thought things were going to go, and we are going full base trade mode right now, as HateMe is going to be losing his fifth base. At the same time, YoungYakov is going to be losing his fifth base. HateMe is going to be losing his fourth as well, but the Lurkers come back home. They're exposed.
Oh, the Lurkers, they are exposed. They are going to be taken out. We do have a nice little blinding cloud there by the Vipers, and looks like YoungYakov going to be bringing a good amount of his army home to try clean this up. Ooh, very effectively cleaning this up here, and HateMe has just been repelled effortlessly. GG is called. YoungYakov ties it up.
GG, well played. YoungYakov redeeming himself here in game number 2. Things were looking a little bit shaky for him though. Like, HateMe did a really good job defending and deflecting all this early game aggression, seamlessly transitioning and getting away with taking into Aspire and taking into Mutas, but he stumbled a little bit after that, trying to, I guess, also get into Hydras and I guess get into Lurkers. At the very end there, he had an Infestation bit on the way. Like, he wasn't really set up for that at all.
Yeah, I mean, HateMe's early game was extremely tidy. It was really, really nice to watch him through the early game, but it felt like his mid-game plan kind of fell apart a little.
Yeah, definitely. Oh boy, and we can see that is where YoungYakov excelled, definitely. It was also really interesting to see, it was really heartbreaking actually to see that moment when we saw it's not like ZVT, you know. We saw the Lurkers, they were exposed, they were all on their own, and the army just dove on it at the end there, and and the roaches all died, like, for the most part. like the Lurkers, they cover themselves in a way. Like, it was brutal to watch. Oh my god.
Wait, what do you mean it's not like ZVT?
because you see a Terran, you see a mech army, and it's on siege, so you just go in. You just dive in, Bobby, and you get the tanks, and they're all dead. You know, the tanks, they're by themselves, they're not that scary. Lurkers by themselves are still scary.
Yeah, it's almost like they're a better unit in every way. But with that is going to be the end of the ZVZs for now. We will have more later, but we're going to be going into, I believe it's a PVT, right?
Yes, we are. We're going to be casting one of our new favorite players. Recently, I love to watch him. Yako's become a big fan, and I know deep down you're a fan as well.
I don't know how I feel about him yet. I'm kind of scared.
No, that's a good thing, you know. It's the fear is a good thing. Don't worry about it.
It makes you feel alive.
Yeah, let's go. The blood gets pumping as MilkiCow is going to be going up next against Goblin.
Yeah, there we go. This is a really exciting matchup. This is the one that really stood out to me when I had a look at what games were coming up, and it's because these two are such stylistic players. I mean, MilkiCow in PvT is a very aggressive player, loves to go for proxy Raxes, will often turn those into a Marauder Hellion attack, or go for heavy Mind Drop styles off the back of that. Goblin as well, very stylistic player, loves his Phoenix, loves his 4-gate Blink as well. Very good with both of those strategies, and very good at coming up with answers on the fly as well.
Yeah. Whether those answers are correct or not, well, we're here to bear witness when it comes to how the brain and the mind of MilkiCow works. But I am very, very excited, definitely. Meanwhile, I also want to give a special shout out to one of the fellow Terran apologists that we have in the chat. Massive shout out to Kerwin, who resubscribed here. In the middle of this game. 37 months. Kerwin is an OG. He's been with us since almost the very beginning. Thank you so much. Thank you.
He's not a Terran apologist. He's a chess player and a studier of game design. He, with an unbiased eye, looks upon the disruptor and is saddened. As are we all.
We love you, Kerwin. We love you. Oh my god. Yes, he's been a fellow like a pseudo duckling, you know. He's always been there, you know, watching from afar.
He's imprinted.
Yeah.
But he's not a duckling, he's just pretending to be a duck. He's just following.
There you go. Much love. Oh boy, and clearly he's also here to cheer for his fellow Terran player. Does MilkiCow, does he count as a Terran? What is he?
Yeah, I mean, he uses the Terran pieces. He's either, I can't decide whether he's like playing like an off racer or playing like brain unlocked, you know what I mean? It's kind of like we have like we're kind of limited by all
Yeah.
this meta and by thinking that like, oh, you go from this step to this step and you gotta play like Clem or play like Cure or play like Maru.
Mhm.
And he's just seeing the pieces individually.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to see the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. It's like he's the kind of person that just like he walks across the road. He doesn't look both ways. He just walks, and he doesn't
And
get
he
hit.
just remembers. He remembers where the cars are.
He can just...
He's like, yes, Sarah. At 3 p.m., she drives home from work, picks up a bottle of milk, so she's going to be passing in 5 seconds, and then like, it's like the Sherlock Holmes thing where it like slows down time.
Yeah,
and he's like putting all the pieces together, and it's like the most far-fetched stuff you've ever seen. It's like this napkin on the ground. It has 3 pieces of spit, so that means there were 3 people in this room. Like,
it's just he just looks at the world differently, you know. He's almost like Neo in the Matrix. I say almost because we still don't know whether or not he's the one, you know.
I was gonna say that he's like Neo in the Matrix, but I think we called someone else Neo in the Matrix recently, so we can't reuse that.
Maybe he's Morpheus, you know. Maybe he was already in the Matrix, you know. He's got like this whole backstory. He's been here for such a long time, and I don't know.
Who was it that was Neo? It was someone that they didn't have to learn Kung Fu. They already knew. Or they were pretending to know.
Yeah, yeah. Does anyone in the chat remember the nonsense that we say when we cast?
Oh, God. I hope not.
Who was Neo? Who already knows Kung Fu? He goes... I remember what we said about him.
I just can't remember who it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about how like he goes in and he can already fly, you know? Like he just is one with everything. Who was it? Was it...
Don't worry about it.
It was someone that really impressed us.
You'll get wrinkles. Don't think too hard about it.
I think it's a European because we were casting Ascension League. Was it an Ascension League?
Yeah.
Was it MilkiCow?
It probably was MilkiCow. I think it might have been. Yeah.
Maybe it was. Oh my god. Speaking of MilkiCow, massive shout out to Baby Links in the chat. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you had a good ladder stream. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you enjoyed some of that StarCraft ladder, as we are going to be continuing on in our series here. So far, we had a ZVZ. Pretty intense ZVZ overall. We're tied up 1-1. Which one of these two teams is going to take a lead in this Team League match?
Here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Neo Humanity. They're animals. We have, for Platinum Heroes, it is the Croatian Protoss in the blue, Goblin.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Neo Humanity, we have the red Terran player representing CSO Esports. It is the real fourth race. Step aside, Maru. It is MilkiCow.
He's going to show me the proxy rack spot in this map. Let's go. Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh, it's nice, you know, tucked away here in a corner. It's beautiful, Papi. It's beautiful.
It's not the stripper, but it's close.
Excuse me? Where's the stripper on this map? Is it over here? Is it?
It's a bit further up.
Oh. Here?
Somewhere a bit further up. Like here, I think. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. But it's very visually appealing. Very visually appealing.
I like it. It looks like it's meant to be there.
Yeah. I was really struggling with my words because I wanted to say visually appealing, but my brain kept thinking sexually appealing.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you.
So I just refused to say that. So I didn't know what to say.
I think you should have said it. I mean, I feel a certain way about Proxy or Axe Reaper in TVP. It makes me feel pretty good.
Oh,
not gonna lie.
Oh no. What have I done?
I like it.
I just couldn't get it out of my mind.
Oh, I like this bunker too. It's going to be coming down a lot to RNG. This is a strat that was a lot more common on the previous patch, but it's a bit less common now just because the probes can get so much more damage on the SCV. Basically, your RNG has to be really good with this because the probes kill the SCV so quickly now that they don't have that deceleration.
Yeah, and here we go. Can the probe get it one more shot? Oh, no, it cannot. The bunker is going to finish.
Yeah, it hasn't been delayed enough, especially considering he went for a Stalker and not an Adept. That means that bunker is going to get up. We just see a bit of a repair, but oh no, he got caught out with the Reaper. That is just a terrible mistake there.
I not like this. Things were looking so well here for MilkiCow to get this bunker up and running, but he slips up a little bit in the execution, and now Goblin, the defense is looking pretty good now. We're down to only one Reaper.
Yes, this is also a bit of a slightly problematic area for the bunker to be, just because, as we can see, the Stalker can hit it from the high ground. That does mean that, well, I guess he can't hit the SCV, so maybe it's fine.
Maybe it's okay, but the SCV just needs one shot, and oh my god, that was so close.
Yeah, nicely done. Very slick there. And now Goblin going to be faking it out a little bit as well. Very intelligent play coming out from him. Accidentally shoots the Nexus as well, so... we're having a little bit of nerves maybe as well, but wow, tidy micro coming out from MilkiCow. He is going to be losing that SCV finally, but wow, a Widow Mine. This is exactly what we were talking about before. He is just so creative with his approach, with the way that he uses all the different... It is unfortunately going to be eating a probe there, so not the best trade, but just continues to delay. And okay, another Widow Mine. What is going on?
Let's go, Bob. He's just waddling mines across the map. He's got two more on the way. He's got a medevac on the way as well, so he's going for a mine drop follow-up. Not just a mine drop, he has an armory behind this as well, so detection is going to be required. And we have Phoenixes, we don't have Oracles. This is still a pretty good response here to Widow Mines.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be absolutely devastating if they can burrow in behind the probes. But he does have all the tools that he needs to stop that from happening. It's really all going to come down to positioning, whether MilkiCow can create a bit of a distraction at the same time to make sure that those aren't coming in. Looks like he's going to be trying to shuffle this mine forward. Goblin might have been able to see there that this mine does have the upgrade on it as well.
Now he knows. Now he, I mean, it's possible that he knows at the same time the Phoenixes were waiting in the main base. Do we pick him up? Up!
Yeah, pretty comfortable pick up there, so he's going to be able to take out those mines. That's a really devastating loss there for MilkiCow. All of that momentum is in a lot of trouble now, and Goblin getting pretty comfortably into his transition here.
Yeah, exactly. MilkiCow, he invested so much into that drop, the armory as well as all those Widow Mines and the medevac, and for it to be shut down in such a fashion, things are not looking good here for our Terran player, but he's not out of this yet. I want to believe.
Oh. I mean, he has a small handful of units left. I think it's just a couple Marines and a tank at this point. There we go. 5 Marines and a tank is all that he has at home, and it's 5:30. This is really rough. This is not the position you want to be in. I mean, this opening here relies so much on momentum, and behind this we see Goblin goes up to those 4 gases, is going to be going into Phoenix Colossus as well. So that gap between the two players is just going to keep on extending with the high quality army that he has.
Yeah, exactly. Goblin is good enough to be able to extend that lead, as you were saying. Now he has the map control. He feels comfortable enough to move out with these Phoenixes and pick off whatever he can here in between these bases. Unfortunately, there is no stim, so the Marines, these vanilla Marines, are getting picked off one after the other. Nice lock on at least one of those Phoenixes. Gets a little bit of hull damage, but they all get out.
Yeah, smoothly done by Goblin there. He's going to be able to get it, all those Phoenix out away from that Cyclone. This Phoenix count just continues to grow, so he is going to be going very heavily into Phoenix here, going up to 7 Phoenix now. So seems like a bit of a stylistic choice here. He just wants to bully him with these Phoenix, and it's going to be very hard for MilkiCow to ever get anything done, to leave across the map or anything like that.
Pretty much, mate. It is nigh impossible. Picks up a couple of workers, delays some of this production as well. Behind this, Goblin's getting his 3rd base up and running. Colossus production has already commenced. Very safe play from Goblin. He threw down his bay before he got his 3rd, or before he threw down his 3rd, so just making sure he has all these units, just because the likelihood of MilkiCow pulling the boys and going all in is relatively high.
Yeah, I mean, he just wants to cover all his bases. He knows that MilkiCow is insanely behind in this position, and basically is forced all in, which is what he's doing. He's going for a 5 racks here, but it just feels like his units are so very far behind that I feel like the possibility of this working is just so low here.
Yeah, it really is. Not impossible. There's a world where maybe these Phoenixes even overextend a little bit as one Phoenix finally goes down.
Yeah, we're going to be losing one Phoenix here. This Observer is going to be seeing everything. There's a pretty hefty push here coming out from MilkiCow. But I mean, if we have a little look back at home to see what Goblin has, he's already got this Colossus out. Does have a second Colossus on the way as well. And 2 to 3 Colossus basically going to be spelling the end to this. Beautiful job with the Phoenix as well, just continuing to harass and push this back, but it's a pretty scary looking army. We have 4 tanks here. Those 4 tanks are going to be one of the most difficult things here for Goblin to deal with. He'll have to try to time it so that he can pick all of them up at the same time and have his Colossus and everything else jump on this.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, going through this slow zone is brutal. The Colossus is waiting on top of the ramp, but we do see MilkiCow making his way on through. Sims on forward. Oh my god, the Phoenixes were left idle for a moment and 2 Phoenixes go down.
Phoenix do go down. Goblin, he has to slow down this siege. He has to push it back and start shaving off some of these Marines before they get there. Looks like he is going to be dipping in behind, trying to take out some of these units. Does pick up the tank, but not going to be able to commit to that. Really would have loved to have those extra 2 Phoenix there.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, does bait out one of those stims as well. The tanks are getting ever closer towards this third base. Sorry, towards this natural. The shield battery is going down. The base itself is being broken, but at the same time, we're waiting for some more warpins. We have 5 shield batteries waiting at the third.
Yeah, good amount of shield batteries. Going to be pulling some of those probes. I mean, they're in a fair bit of trouble anyway. These 5 tanks are going to be a real problem here. Looks like he's going to commit to the fight. Shield battery overcharge has been used. We pick up one of the tanks here, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. The Zealot's getting on top of the units, but only 1 tank going down.
Wow, only a single tank. There just wasn't enough Zealots available. There wasn't enough buffer. Meanwhile, MilkiCow also overextending, pushing into shield battery overcharge, but he does break that natural base. He could try and make his way into the main. I feel like trying to break the third maybe isn't going to be the right call to make. We'll see where he goes.
Seems like Goblin just doesn't have gateways. He can't spend his money. He's really, really struggling to spend his money.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. It looks like he has recognized that 2 more gates are thrown down, but is this a little bit too late? MilkiCow also has to make a decision. Where is he going to continue to push here as he scans, confirms the army once again?
Yeah, I mean, these Archons are really going to be a bit of a problem here. They're going to be able to help tank for those siege tank shots, maybe get those Zealots up there on top of it. And we do see the Phoenix going to be trying to intercept these reinforcements. I feel like now might be the moment to try to jump on the tanks.
Yeah, now may be the moment, but the reinforcements have arrived. Meanwhile, it looks like the Robo has gone down. Marines are getting a little bit out of control. The Phoenixes are coming back to defend. Ooh.
Yeah, the Phoenixes can dip in here, try to take out those medevacs. Goblin being very careful not to lose those, but at the same time, this main is in quite a bit of trouble. Some of these warpins having to be committed there is not ideal.
Isn't ideal at all here, but it looks like the main base is going to be defended. But at the same time, here come those reinforcements. We have so many Marines available now. The tanks all on siege, and he's going for it, and that's the moment for Goblin to push in.
Yeah, big pickup with all his medevacs. He's going to try to take control of this ramp, and if he can get this ramp here, that'll be absolutely devastating. The siege is going to go down now. I think these Phoenix need to come in, try to pick up those tanks. That's exactly what they're going to do. Colossus getting some very good shots there, but the tank's going to be focusing them down.
Oh my god, it's going to be so close, and it looks like one tank is going to stand strong in the end. One Colossus survives as well. The tank is going to survive. It's going to hold on.
The tank holds, and the Colossus can't go back in. It is 1 tank shot away from being killed. He's going to move back to the safety of those shield batteries, trying to top himself up a little bit, but feels like the damage has been done. MilkiCow absolutely crippling Goblin. Perfect timing on the attack here. He is going to have to get on out of there, but looks like on his 2 base economy, he can basically just macro out from this if he wants to. He can just continue to be aggressive as well.
Yeah, remember, this is the last Colossus because the Robo was killed earlier, was sniped in the main base. He no longer has that production available. We have another Robo on the way at the third, but now the third is looking that much more vulnerable.
Ooh. And this is a really awkward feature of this map. That Colossus, because of the Reaper wall here, it can't actually walk down to this third from behind. So it's completely shut off by this tank.
It is shut off by the tank. 3 Archons go down. The shield battery as well. We do see the army coming in from behind to try and dive on top of this tank. It looks like the tank is going to be going down, but at the cost of the third base.
Yeah, and the third base, that was our last mining base here. Goblin, he is completely out of supply. Desperately trying to hang on here, but for what? There is just nothing left.
Oh my god, nothing shoots up. What little is left here of MilkiCow's army gets picked up. GG gets called, and MilkiCow takes the game.
GG. Those tanks. The timing, it was brutal.
Oh my god. Despite the fact that, bearing in mind, Goblin saw everything the entire time. You know, he had that observer over the natural. He had the Phoenixes just bullying MilkiCow on his 2 bases. He saw the boys being pulled. He was trying to slow it down. But as you were saying, you know, he only was working with 4 gateways for the entire game, essentially. You know, he didn't really have a lot of warp-ins.
Yeah.
He started Colossus production early, which was good, but he just never really had a lot to support his Colossi.
Yeah, I mean, he was floating 1K to 1.5K for most of the defense there. It feels like if there were just a few extra gateways, we could get some extra warp in of those zealots there, we would have been having a wonderful time. But maybe just a little bit distracted, didn't quite catch on to the fact that it was that 5 racks, or just felt far enough ahead not to worry too much about it. And yeah, just a bit of an unfortunate way to lose there, but great play by MilkiCow to kind of abuse some of the features of the map as well.
I'm just I'm just a little bit shocked, and yeah, that was a wild game there. It was really close, especially towards the end when MilkiCow went for that Hail Mary move to siege up in the main base as well. That was such a close fight, and you know, maybe Goblin would have gotten away with as few gateways as he had if you know, he was able to keep some of those Phoenixes alive as well, right? Like losing 2-3 Phoenixes early on really also did impact how the game played out, how the siege went. That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that for sure was huge. He wasn't able to pick off those tanks, so that was a bit of a rough one. But I mean, yeah, these all-ins, they're always very technical, very knife's edge when it comes to defending them. And I think he's going to feel confident on this map as well, that on this map he has a lot more room to work, and he should be feeling more confident.
Yes, he should be, as his map of choice is going to be Dragon Scales. As a reminder, these are best of 2s, and it is loser's pick. No vetoes available, so Goblin has here, he is on his home field advantage. But MilkiCow, you could argue that he already did what he needed to. You know, Goblin is arguably the best player that Platinum Heroes is fielding tonight. Goblin alongside HateMe and Eba. Goblin is pretty well accomplished overall, has a pretty long history behind him, so yeah, arguably an upset already.
If only they had a new and powerful TVT expert to take out MilkiCow.
If only they just signed a
what
new
a shame.
We can talk about that later.
As here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, it is our Protoss in the blue, hailing from Croatia. This is Goblin.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have his opponent, the Red Terran player representing CSO Esports. With an SCV out on the map, of course he does. It is MilkiCow.
Animal.
It looked like he wanted to tuck it in next to the rocks, and he was like, no. I need to put this a little bit more out of the way. Oh boy.
Over here. Better.
Oh my god. So MilkiCow going for what seems to be the same opener as he did in the previous game.
Yeah, definitely very similar here. Looks like Goblin just kind of checking around for proxies, checking for an eBay block as well. So trying to do his due diligence there. Hasn't checked to the bottom left here. I guess it's far enough away that he's not too worried about it. But he's going to be going for a Nexus before core. I mean, it makes sense if you want to play Stargate to go for that Nexus before core, but against a player like MilkiCow, who's shown his propensity to proxy, let's go! What the hell? I was just about to say, against a player like this who shows time and time again that they're going to go for that proxy Reaper, this is very risky. You're pretty much guaranteeing yourself to lose 2 to 3 probes, but forget all that.
Oh, papi. This is sexually appealing.
You're an animal.
Look, as long as it's not against a Zerg, as long as it's against a Protoss. Let's go, Poppy, let's go. I can't remember. I think I casted it, the EU Ascension League with Yaku at the time when he did this against Night Phoenix. It was in the semi-finals, and Night Phoenix was able to shut this down pretty hard. If I remember correctly, MilkiCow.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
This is an old build that kind of. I mean. I feel like it stopped being viable. I'm not sure what change it was that stopped this from being viable, but I feel like this hasn't been a build that's been a high-level viable build for a long time. I'm aware of it existing just from people mucking around with it because they remember it from when it was good. But this is wild. Yeah. Again, in that Night Phoenix game, there was some issues with the execution of the build. I think MilkiCow lost his first ghost like before Cloak even finished. He was just a little bit over eager. And yeah, Night Phoenix, I believe, was able to take that game in the end. But you know, MilkiCow, he's being a little bit more conservative here. He's banking up his ghosts back here and waiting. Oh my god, he's even got mines waddling in across the map as well. He's crazy. Yeah, now just having a quick look through what we have here. What I do like about this is he does recognize from that last game that Goblin skipped on detection. So I think it is a very clever build because Goblin does go into Phoenix without Oracle, without Robo. So this is just a very intelligent way to try to abuse the fact that Goblin skips out on detection here. These ghosts as well, if you EMP the probes, they do one-shot probes. So the damage can stack up very quickly. They really can. Here we go. They do end up cloaking. They waddle past the units here of Goblin. Goblin hasn't noticed, and here we go. They can one-shot probes. And this is this really funny really funny moment where you kind of look at the blur and you're like, are they DTs? Like, what is going on here? I remember on ladder, someone played Proxy Ghost against me, and I saw them coming in, and I was like, how is my Terran opponent making DTs? Yeah. It's insane. 12 workers already going down. The armory is finished, and we do have one Widowmine borrowed in the mineral line. 14 probes go down. And I mean, they're going to be going after the Oracle as well. I mean, these have been revealed. They're out of energy. They will be going down now. They might be able to take out the Adept with them, but that reveal as well, that can't be used on the mines anymore. That mine's going to waddle out of there. Oh my goodness. That was such a risky maneuver, a maneuver that did not pay off. The mine goes down. He goes for a scan. We do have an EMP coming in. Is he going to get the observer? The overcharge has been committed. He scans an EMP observer, but with that shield battery overcharge, he's not going to be able to take it down. So he has been a pushback for the moment, but with a good amount of damage behind that, Goblin is going to be able to get that second observer out. That does pretty much spell the end of this rush. Yeah, exactly. Despite all the probes going down, looking at the assault stat here, 14 probes have fallen. We're going into a fusion core. Oh my god. What am I watching? I love this man. Asher, can you be like him? Can we play some roleplay later? We can. If I tried this, I would be in bronze. You're like, I don't know how he's doing it. You're like, Papi, he's breaking every law. It's more than just illegal. He needs to be banished from the planet, Papi. It's insane. I think so, yeah. I mean, oh my goodness. Okay. Maybe in team games. He's crazy, Papi. He's crazy. There we go. Tech Lab just now finishes up. And this is wild. I can't imagine this is going to work at all. BC into Phoenix. Yeah. I don't know about this. There's no way, right? There's no way. I mean, to be fair, Phoenix tickle BCs, but what are you going to do? How are you going to stop them? Yeah, I mean, there's just no units at all, by the way. The Phoenixes are coming in. They kill both of the ghosts. The Widowmine's kind of out of position as well. Does have to re-borrow, unborrow. Could be picked off, and he's going to see the fusion core. He could. What am I looking at? He could. He hasn't seen it yet. But he could. What is this? He's making a third CC. So greedy. You don't have any units. That's not allowed. Oh my god, you know, MilkiCow, he doesn't follow the rules, okay? He doesn't know about him, actually. He's There are no rules.
He's been in isolation for the past 20 years. 50 years, Papi. He doesn't know. He is that man. We were talking about that recently, right? He's the Japanese World War II fighter that's been like on an island, like living his own life.
He doesn't know the war's over. I mean, he's a Terran who has unconventional desires.
He is. He's just like Edward.
I don't even know. You can cast. I don't want to.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping he would move out across the map with like 4 SCVs for repairs.
4 CC?
Oh my god!
What is he doing? What is happening? Is this for us?
He does this when no one's watching. That's the crazy thing, right? When no one's watching. You? I hope so.
He's making Vikings light. Why is he? He's making light. Yeah, he's making Vikings.
Yeah, to fight the Colossus and the Phoenixes, obviously.
What are the Colossus gonna do? He doesn't have any ground units.
Oh, it's to protect the ghosts. He's still making ghosts.
He is, isn't he?
You know, Ghost, BC, Viking, mine. This isn't what you do in TVP. It's not what. No.
I just wanna put this out there. I mean, EU as a server has been saying that they're the proper macro server, and the NA are all, you know, crazy clowns.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's entirely true.
Well, I mean, that's why I love MilkiCow, because he's like, you know, the man who stands against the wave of normalcy, right? He cannot be contained. He is the enigma.
He found the Ghost Academy.
Oh no. This is a good thing, though, right?
He knows ghosts are on the way. No, he was going to make nukes from it. No, of course it's not a good thing.
I think it's a good thing that if this dies, because then MilkiCow's going to stop making
ghosts.
Ghosts
Anymore.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing.
Okay. But he says Sky Terran army is starting to form together. We're having a bit of a... I mean, I feel like I'm casting your thermals bronze to GM.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, this is like the other reason why MilkiCow is amazing is that if you're a Terran player in the chat, understand here that MilkiCow is one of the best players in Europe.
Yeah.
You can do.
He is. He seriously is.
He is. He took game 1 against Goblin. All right. He's top 32 European player, and you know, you can just do whatever you want.
I got a bit of a spoiler alert for you. Like, I don't think it's gonna work. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll
Honestly,
see.
I'm not really sure what the hell's happening.
We've got a bit of a BC run by here. Unfortunately, Yamato is not done. It's going to be forced to teleport back home, but he's making 2 BCs at a time.
Yeah, I mean, this is, if you can get to enough BCs, this is pretty much the best army that you can make as Terran, but I just don't see him getting there. I'm not gonna lie.
Can he survive is the question. I mean, we're gonna have EMPs. We're going to have.
What does he have?
He has to pull the boys.
What does this mean?
Oh, he EMPs everything.
What's he tanking for?
The ghost.
Was it a fake? Was he just scaring him?
He was fronting, mate. It's like he was doing the haka, but it was like a one-man haka, and the Goblin had to respect it. Had to back off.
He did respect it.
Yeah.
It was just like 20 SEVs. They went to war, and he said, send the librarians at him.
And it worked.
It worked.
It worked. Oh my god, here we go. Goblin rotates back around as well. The boys are being pulled once again. This time we've got libs.
Get away.
Wait, we're getting a second fusion core. Does he not know he has the first? Does he?
What? No, that's his BC fusion core. This is his Liberator fusion core.
Well, you need to make a second fusion core for live range, right? You know what I think it is? I think he went to make lib range, but Yamato was still researching, so he started his second fusion core because he didn't want to wait.
He cancelled it. He cancelled it.
Yeah, here we go. He knows. He knows how to play StarCraft.
Someone someone put a little something in his drink bottle today.
Oh my god! Zealot Ramen is coming in, and unfortunately there isn't really too much to deal with this, but nice Widowman shots, you know. 7 SCVs go down though. Oh god, I think MilkiCow's being pulled apart a little bit.
How can you be pulled apart when you weren't together to begin with? As we do see, he's going to be once again repelling this, and the Yamatos go down. Good value, going to be taking out a lot of Stalkers. Actually, just in general, taking out a lot of units. I mean, MilkiCow, he's holding. I don't know how. I don't know which units that he's holding with. I can't really see that many units. I don't understand how he's holding back Mass Stalker with Vikings, but he is.
Yeah, Vikings and 3 tanks, mate. That is all you need. Liberators are getting in position. Goblin sees everything, by the way. The amount of observers. Look at all the observers he has. The vision he has, by the way. Here we go. He blinks on forward. Is going to be able to take down some of these siege units. They were left undefended. The tanks were, sorry, the BCs were out of position.
Yeah, 2 of those BCs going to be going down instantly. Goblin is being so patient with this, getting +1 air, getting all sorts of upgrades here going into that 3-3. And meanwhile, what upgrades do we have for MilkiCow? I don't know if he has his air attack upgrades.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, these are 0-1 BCs. I know this isn't going to work. I'm just waiting for it to be proven. Like, am I actually crazy? Like, is this how you're meant to play StarCraft?
I mean,
is everything that I know a lie?
Mate, we're about to hit a 0-2 timing, by the way. And the nuke is like, he rebuilt the Ghost Academy. He rebuilt it just for the nukes.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Why the hell not?
Let's go, pup. We got a nuke on the way. We have two more starports as well to go into this mass Sky Terran style. At the same time, here comes Goblin once again. Is going to be able to take down 1-2 of those Liberators.
Yeah, jumps on in there. Does get that Colossus taken out. We're going to see a scan going down. So it is basically just Zealot, Stalker, Immortal. And I mean, Goblin, he is slowly trying to piece this together, just being very careful not to throw this lead away with any attack where he's going to be losing everything all at once. He's being very cautious, very patient here. Great run by here with the Zealots and the War Prisms, but wow, the Ghosts with the cloak.
The Ghosts are going to clean this up. But the Ghost Academy just went down. We were able to research 1 nuke, but I think that goes away, right? That's held in the Ghost Academy. Am I crazy?
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Smooch.
It's a unit.
Apparently it is a unit. It does take supply. So a bit of a rough go at it there. That means we won't be seeing any nukes anytime soon. Ghost Academy is being rebuilt once again here in the main base. And oh, the prison does get sniped. Nice.
I don't even. How has he gotten up to 5 bases?
Yeah, he's winning.
He could win this game, honestly.
Here we go. The army coming in on the left-hand side. The Ghosts weren't here to protect the tanks. 2 tanks go down. But Goblin's overextending. No. Goblin.
He is. The Liberators are going to be putting a lot of damage down, and this is where things start to get really scary. He does go for the DT1 by takes out the base on the right. Really nicely done there. 18 SCVs going down, but man, this is just a terrifying game to play here as the Protoss, where you're just like, this guy that I'm playing with, I'm locked in here with a madman. He does not care.
Yeah.
And you just have this moment where you're just terrified that you're going to throw this game that you feel should be unlosable, because what is he doing?
Yeah. What is he even doing? I mean, he's making more Liberators, more BCs, more everything air related. He lifts up his main base to land as his 5th. Oh my god, you love to see it. And I do kind of favor MilkiCow's main army, not gonna lie. It's looking pretty powerful compared to what Goblin's working with.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
The Vikings? Mate, he lands the Vikings? Let's go.
The 0-2 Vikings against the 3-2 Immortals.
It's about to be 1-2.
Have you seen? I'm sorry. Have you seen what Immortals do to Vikings?
Oh, I'm about to find out.
There's Vikings. They land to walk, but they're not going to be able to walk.
Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. Goblin rotating over towards the 5th base once again, and it looks like he is going to be able to focus it down before that happens. Nice EMPs here on the army. Is it going to be enough?
Yeah, big repairs. Big Yamato's coming down as well, and Goblin, he's feeling like he might be able to stick around, but he can't. And these Immortals, they are trying desperately to get away from the BCs. This is the slowest chase that I have ever seen. Those BCs don't really have anything on the ground to support the MilkiCow's army. Better here as a defensive army, as we do see he is going to be taking that base to the left-hand side and just desperately trying to get some gas mining up, get some more mineral mining up. He is very slowly, cautiously being starved out here by Goblin, and the confidence for Goblin growing by the moment.
Yeah, it is growing. He just does blink on forward as well. Every single ghost is going to be going down. Aye, aye, aye.
Oh, the Immortals.
The Immortals, look at the BCs. The BCs, puppy.
Oh. Okay, GG. I don't know why it's GG now.
I don't know why.
I don't know anything that just happened. I don't even feel like he was dead. I feel like he had a lot of BCs.
100%. He had like 8 BCs. He could have kept going, to be honest.
I think he was dead, honestly.
Why did he tap out?
Why do that in the first
He had like 3 CCs behind that as well. Sure, he was losing his base, but he could have just retaken it.
Just out of respect, it's like you tried for long enough. I don't want to do this to you anymore.
Look at the army graph as well. Like they were pretty close, you know. Like it wasn't over. GG.
You want to tell me what just happened?
We just bore witness here to Goblin tying things up, taking game 2 against MilkiCow, showing us that, or maybe MilkiCow showing a little bit of mercy to his opponent. You know, maybe he was just done. Maybe you know what it was? He had somewhere to go.
How do we come back from this?
Oh my god.
Things would never be the same.
The eyes are open, mate. The pill has been taken.
I'm shook. I'm actually shook.
You took a peek at 6K EU ladder, and you don't know what to believe anymore.
Is this what we're gonna? You know what? I'm gonna make a big call right now. MilkiCow's gonna be a god at Stormgate. This is a new game player right here. He's going to be an absolute god at Stormgate.
Hey, he's a god right now. What are you talking about? He's already a god, mate. Oh my god.
Hold me, pup. I need to go to Terran therapy after that one.
Oh my god. GG. Well played. Yeah. I just appreciate that it wasn't just me and you who saw this. Everyone in the chat as well, all 181 of you, we all experienced something together, and no one else anyone else who's not watching this isn't gonna believe us.
No. It's gonna be a big Mandela effect thing. Yeah. We're gonna be like, do you remember that game with MilkiCow? And they're gonna be like, who? You're gonna look on Wikipedia and there's no player called MilkiCow.
We're gonna purge his existence. Just anything that points to MilkiCow, it's gonna be purged from Wikipedia. Oh my god.
It's like he was this crazy Terran that like ghost rushed and then went into BCs, and it's just like, okay, like, let's go back to bed. Let's go back to the home. We're gonna find a nice StarCraft game for you to watch, and you can stop saying crazy stuff.
GG. GG, Papi, GG. Oh. Everyone in the chat, hold us. We need more support. I'm not ready for a ZVZ, Papi.
I guess thanks, MilkiCow, for entertaining us.
No, yeah.
I don't know.
He unlocked our brains, Papi.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to be the same. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, it is the British Zerg in the red, the youngest ever Grandmaster here playing for the Platinum Heroes. This is Eba. And
spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gressvan, we have his opponent we have the Polish Zerg player representing CSO Esports. It is Trifax. Oh.
If MilkiCow was a Zerg,
Yeah.
what do you reckon he would do in ZBZ?
In
I mean, we'll
ZBZ?
start from the start. We'll start with the proxy ghost. What are we going to do that's going to be like a proxy ghost rush there?
You know what? He's gonna be one of those Zerg players that you see every now and then on Reddit when they post a screenshot, and he's gonna proxy his first spawning pool.
Yeah. I was thinking that, like Upper Panda style. Gonna put the spawning pool where the natural goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Just proxy spawning pool for no reason? Question mark. Just cause.
Have you seen the I think this is what you're thinking of, but the Whitsicle clip?
Yeah.
Where he dives to the 12 pool and he can't find the 12 pool. Like he can't find the pool.
Yeah.
And then he goes into replay after the game.
Yeah.
Like, this is some glitch. This is some glitch. This isn't right.
It's MilkiCow off racing. We figured it out. We know, Papi. We know. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Oh God. As yeah, here we go. Getting standard hatch first coming out from both players. They're playing normal.
Yeah.
I'm almost disappointed.
Yeah. Hatch gas pools from everyone. You know, we still know what StarCraft is a little bit. You know, it's it can be standard sometimes. Oh.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Eba floating a little bit of gas here. Why is he not starting speed here? Is there something that he's saving for? Fast layer. There we go.
God, there we go. Eba is going to be skipping that link speed, going for a giga fast layer. And we'll see what this is going to be for, if he does intend to take an additional gas here to maybe even go 2-base muta, which would be wild, by the way. It's Eba.
I think it's going to be a Nidus build.
It could be a Nidus build. You know, he's working on a third.
Yeah, with the
queen.
Roach Warren going down at that timing, I feel like this is definitely going to be a Queen Roach Nidus.
Yeah, it does seem to be the case. Meanwhile, across the map, Trifax still hasn't been able to scout. His two lings, unfortunately, weren't able to get past the queen or the ling, so he hasn't been able to confirm what exactly is going on, as additional gases are being taken. We do have +1 range on the way. I don't know. Could it be Mutas?
You know where I've seen this build before?
Where?
And why I know it's Nidus?
Why?
Because Chase told me this build for teams. So all 4 of us could go Roach Nidus at the same time.
There you go, mate. There you go. I mean, you say that, but he's actually working on Roach speed.
Yeah, I think he's just going 2-base Roach. I don't understand this build.
Yeah, it's just going 2-base Roach here. You know, typically when we go Roach speed, there shouldn't be a Nidus being thrown down. And from here, it's like a macro build. From here, you can still take a third base. You don't have to go all in by any means, but you can still hit a very strong +1 timing here with your Roaches. As there we go, third base is on the way.
Do you normally get the lair that fast with 2-base Roach?
Not really, no. Like, you can do this variation without the lair. It's just you have less counterattack potential because you won't have Roach speed. That's why I'm expecting aggression out of Eba, but we'll see, because he can still just drone.
And has Trifax seen this Roach Warren as well? Like, did he spot that it's wiggling?
Yeah, he saw it was wiggling. Yeah, he knows. He knows, Papi.
Oh. He doesn't want to know. As we do see, Trifax going to be starting up that lair, getting that +1 carapace on the way as well, which is really going to help out quite a lot. Looks like he's finding another attack angle to hit this third, kind of keeping Eba pinned back with this as well. Eba knows that if he does ever move out, these lings are going to be able to dip in behind and take out that third.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm really curious to see how Trifax is going to be able to pull this off, because we see that he's working on carapace. This has become a really popular thing to do, going for a bit of a Roach Ling carapace push or a carapace timing attack. And there we go. Roaches are on the way, lings as well. With that carapace, these lings, they do take additional hits to bring down. They can be that much more tanky as well. And yeah, I don't expect Trifax to be droning too much from here.
I heard it all day in your stream today. You're like, no, he has carapace. No, we're
Ah.
dead. Ah.
It was unrelated, but yes, I was dead.
Okay.
Oh my god. As we do see Eba trying to push out, but at the same time, we do see a Link counterattack being threatened here. It does pull him back for a moment.
Yeah, really nice army movement by Eba, just kind of poking this way and that way, trying to prevent those links from getting any nice angles to attack him on. Looks like they are going to be poking in here, but there we go. Eba just a little bit too fast, but no, the wall is not a wall. The link's going to be getting on top of these units here.
Oh, the wall is not a wall. The queen goes down, and this is going to force all these roaches back home. A couple of drones are being focused down. Nicely done, you know, just trading out these links as efficiently as possible. They do get the queen and 2 drones.
Yeah, those 2 drones do go down. Meanwhile, Eba is going to be working up into that +2. So he's going to have quite a nice timing. Once that does hit, he's going to be quite far ahead on the attack upgrade. So I think he does have the opportunity to go for this big smashing roach attack here. But he is, yeah, pretty behind when it comes to the economy. Okay, not too far behind, just a little bit. Looks like Trifax has more gases.
Yeah. Trifax does have, or he has worked his way up to 5 gases so far, and Eba's still kind of working on that in that direction. Actually, even taking a 6th gas as well. Jesus, he's gonna have a lot to work with. And because of that, because he's taking that 6th gas, it looks like Eba is gonna try and slow things down instead. Meanwhile, ooh, a little bit rough here. His roaches get caught out.
Yeah, nice catch here for Trifax. Trifax making very good use of these lings here.
Yeah, he really is. And Trifax, you know, he still hasn't really made too many drones at all. He hasn't really focused on saturating this 3rd base. It looks like Eba has seen how lightly saturated this 3rd is with that changeling. But as I say that, he did just drone. He has to be careful not to over drone because Trifax is pushing out.
Yeah, so we do have that overseer scout, so he does see all these roaches on their way here. He will be able to get a very nice position. Lots of big open spaces on this map to set up concaves as well, so that could be helpful for him as we do see Trifax with a very good concave himself. Going to be charging in on top of the units of Eba, and he has a beautiful fight here as Eba's +2 is just finishing up now. He's not going to have it.
Oh my god, the anti-timing. Eba just needed a little bit more time here, and it looks like the roaches are powering on through. They're going to be getting on top of these Ravagers as well.
There we go, +2 finishes up, but so many of these roaches are already going down. That was perfect timing to attack there by Trifax.
It really was. At the same time, we see a little bit of a Ling run by here towards the south. 5 more workers did go down, and Eba still actually maintains a worker lead. He did drone up relatively heavily before this fight did happen, but he has lost a lot of roaches, and he has to be careful not to lose too much of his momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. As we do see a few drones going down at the same time. Trifax going for a bit of a Ling run by while that was all going down. Took out 5 or 6 drones there. He is going to be going Spire behind this as well. So Eba, as he tries to replenish his economy, get everything back on track, refill his roaches as well, it's going to be Trifax taking the initiative here.
Yeah, bearing in mind that there's still a window here available for Eba. He still has an upgrade advantage. There is still quite some time before Trifax can catch up, and hopefully Eba can make use of that window before he gets punished for waiting too long. That Spire, those mutas will change everything.
Eba.
Eba. As he's actually going to be going for Overlord speed here, maybe looking to set up a couple of Drop-A-Lords. But again, if he's going to wait that long, I mean, the Spire, it's a couple of seconds away from completing.
Yeah, Spire is on the way, so that little window there is closing. We do have Overlord speed finishing up as well for Eba pretty soon, so by the time those mutas come out, he should be able to get his Overlords away.
Yeah, he should be able to save them as both players are expanding and taking their 4th bases. Are going to be looking to take additional gases as well. And here we go. 7 mutas are in production. Eba responding with some tunneling claws.
Yeah. I was talking about this yesterday. I think tunneling claws is pretty cool and pretty underused. I know it is pretty common in CVZ. Something that I see Serral actually play very often to kind of break up these positions where both players are in that roach war and you're looking towards that next tech. I think it can be really interesting, especially if you have that, if everything goes your way and you have that big play set up where you kind of dive into all the different bases at the same time. It can be a huge momentum swing.
It really can be. Meanwhile, here we go. The mutas have been revealed. Eba's trying to throw down as many spores as he can. His queens are in trouble here, and it looks like both queens are going to go down here at the third base. And these mutas, oh, they're even trying to focus down as many of the Ravagers as they can.
Yeah, these queens are in trouble. I mean, a few of these mutas are going to be going down here, but feels like Eba doesn't quite have the tools to keep himself safe when he moves out.
He really does not. Thankfully, it actually gets spotted. Tunneling Claws has been seen here by Trifax. He should know now that he has to get detection if he wants to survive against this massive Roach counterattack.
Oh my god, look at the map. Look how many Overlords Eba has out on the map.
A lot of these Overlords are trying to race back home. Meanwhile, the mutas, they catch even more of these Ravagers as well. Jesus, these mutas have just gotten so much value.
Yeah, these mutas are bullying Eba right now.
And now at the same time, Trifax, he's going for the 1-2 punch. The mutas, they've caused a lot of havoc. They've just caused a lot of chaos, and now his main Roach army is pushing in towards that fresh base.
Yeah, and Eba just seems like he's being pulled apart a little bit here. Trifax going to be taking a very nice fight here. Eba not going to be able to make use of that burrow tech that he just invested so much into, and he might not even be able to win this fight here, as that +2 has been negated here by Trifax.
Yeah, the +2 has already finished here for our Polish Zerg player. Queens are coming in to help support. Reinforcements are trickling in as well. Is it going to be enough? It looks like it isn't. Trifax is being forced back, but look at that Remax.
Yeah, and I mean, all he really had to do is trade. These mutas, they offer so much dominance of the area here. As long as there's not enough army for Eba to threaten a counterattack, Trifax is just going to be able to have his way with him.
He really is. We see Eba. He threw down a Hydrogen. He has a Lurker dead on the way. He's looking to try and turtle up and try and recover in that way, and it can be so difficult to pull that off. Finally, he's going for some Tunneling Claw Roaches, but Trifax is back with a remaxed army.
Yeah, he hits at the perfect time. Going to be bringing the mutas in to help with the fight as well, and Trifax just going to be dominating this fight. Eba really needed those extra roaches back. They will be coming back now, but it's too little, too late. Trifax breaks through. GG is called, and CSO take the lead.
GG. Things are looking quite even for a long time. Things were, settling, and then the mutas arrived. The mutas came. And I thought as soon as the mutas showed up, I thought that maybe Eba would be able to counterattack with his roaches and make use of his army in some way, but especially with those tunneling claws, but he wasn't really able to. He unfortunately didn't have enough queens ready either. Those mutas were insane.
Yeah, and definitely feels like a little bit of a shame that we didn't get to see what he had in mind with the tunneling claws, but that is kind of just the way it goes when you do go for these tunneling claws builds. You're playing into this one very particular timing, and if that timing doesn't work out, sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to make your way back into the game.
Yeah, it really can be. And we've kind of seen this also scenario play out as well. The fact that the Spire never got scouted, right? Like, mutas are really, they're almost like DTs in PvP, where they're a tech that can sometimes end the game or just like give you such an advantage if it goes unscouted and if your opponent just isn't prepared for it. It's great. Oh god, it's it just means that in ZVZ you just have to be that much more vigilant to be aware of any kind of tech switch, of any kind of either muta switch or even lurker switch.
Take your word for it. You guys are crazy. You're animals, all of you.
We are, Papi, we are. And hey, so are Terran players, right, mate? MilkiCow. He's actually he's a cow.
He does not speak for us.
Nah. He's all that's on my mind, Papi.
Fair enough. It's hard to concentrate.
It is. Oh boy. I mean, with that, CSO Esports is going to be taking a lead in this series, and they need one more win here to take the entire series 4-2. Eba has to fight back here to force the ace match.
Yeah, one last game here. Heroes on the brink here of losing here to CSO. It's all going to come down to the CBZ here on Babylon. And I'm kind of interested to see it. We're going to be seeing something a little bit cheeky coming out from Eba. Trifax maybe using the fact that he has a bit more freedom here to go for something a bit more aggressive himself. It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, are we going to see any 12 pools? Are we going to see any pool firsts? Or will we get some stock standard hatch gas pool?
Oh. As here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map here, playing for CSO Esports, it is Trifax.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Babylon, we have his opponent. We have the Red Zerg player representing Platinum Heroes. It is Eba. Oh boy, here we go. The youngest GM of all time in the history of StarCraft 2. There's a lot of potential here in Eba, in general, when it comes to RTS, when it comes to StarCraft, and it's always fun to watch him, and it's always sad to see him play Protoss. But I'm happy to see he didn't actually.
Today, you're setting the bar very low, like. You're like, at least he has the game installed on his computer. Better than my son's.
True.
How many ladder games has Starduck played this season? Like?
I did. Look, I don't want to talk about Starduck, okay? I
don't want to bring myself down. Yeah.
I don't want to talk about him ever again. Yeah, so far everything is looking as it should be. Hatch gas pool from both of our players. Eba, of course, with a very peculiar opener in the previous game where he skipped link speed and went to a very fast very fast lair. So he's kind of been the one to show us a little bit more pizzazz.
Oh. As yeah, pretty standard openings coming out from both players here.
Are you thinking about MilkiCow?
I'm not. I wasn't. I actually wasn't. I know you were.
Yeah. Always.
Talk to me, puppy. What's he wearing?
He's nothing. He's cloaked.
Oh.
He's a ghost.
Okay. I see.
I don't know if he's wearing anything, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't see him.
I can't. Never again.
I hate this. As we do have Eva kind of winning out there on the initial little link trade, so he's going to be chasing things around, using that young man speed there to try to, tax Trifax a little bit there. But Trifax more than to the task so far in this series.
Yeah, and Trifax has been actually performing really well in the Rak'Shir Invitational matches that we've had so far. Again, we've had the luxury of casting him over the past couple of days, and he's been putting in the work here for CSO Esports, taking some bigger names now down, definitely. So it's been really cool to see him kind of excel, and yeah, I would almost go as far as to say he's the favorite overall here in this series, but I don't want to speak too soon because Eba is actually making 14 links behind this. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay. So it looks like Eba is setting himself up here to try to get a denial here on the third. We do have Banelings coming in for Trifax, so this is going to come down to the micro, how well Eba can deal with those. The Overlord, of course, is going to be seeing this in-swell of links, so Trifax can build a few extra Banelings if he does deem it appropriate. Behind this as well, Eba going up into Roaches and his own Bane Nest.
Yeah, he isn't skipping that Baneling nest. Meanwhile, here we go. We do have two Lings being split off here to try and focus down that Baneling. Does get one of them, and now there isn't another Baneling available. Eba, he dives on the second. Up!
Yeah, he is going to be diving on that. Then not the most efficient trades here, but does just want to bleed those out because he does realize he has a few extra Lings there. So yeah, once again, not the most efficient trades here, but he is trying to build himself some momentum.
He definitely is, and he's forcing a lot of Lings out of his opponent. Behind this, Eba does already have 8 Roaches in production. He has his third base up and running as well, but Trifax, it is now his time to counterattack. Banelings aren't yet available for Eba.
Yeah, no banelings. We do have the roaches coming out, though, and the roaches are going to be able to push him back. 20 more lings in production here for Eba. He's going crazy, puppy.
Yeah, he is going all in here with the banelings, with the roaches. No drones in sight. And Trifax, does he recognize this? It looks like, yeah, he's setting up to completely abandon his third base. We have spine crawlers on the way. We have queens getting into position here. Eba is on a timer.
It is your son. I see it now. I see it in his face.
He has my eyes.
Crazy eyes.
Oh my goodness, here we go. The spine crawlers are not ready. Every single queen is going to be going out.
Oh, the banelings!
Oh.
The queens go down, but the banelings take some fantastic trades there with the lings. Really good micro there from Trifax as well to not detonate all the banelings together, but to just detonate a few when the lings were all bunched up. Very good connections with the drone there. It looks like Eba, he's gotten the damage that he's come here for, but that does only really tie things up.
Yeah, insane baneling connections, but really that just equalizes things as Eba is joining behind this. He's going to be backing on off, and things are actually, strangely enough, going to kind of settle down. I say settle down, it's now Trifax's turn to be the aggressor. He has 14 lings on the way, and his roaches are moving out across the map. Up, up, up. Or not.
Or not.
No. He's scared of the ling, puppy. He's terrified.
Yeah, so here we go. The ling flood is going to be continuing in here. Looks like Trifax has enough to push this back here. We do see a few lings being split off just to get a little bit of an extra scout there into the main. So nicely done there.
I love that Eba goes in with 2 banelings and there's only a single drone. He's like, oh.
You saw nothing. I'll let you live. You can tell the others.
So the banelings just have to waddle out of there. A little bit of an awkward exchange going on, but Eba doesn't want to be inefficient with his banelings and just detonate on a single drone. As he backs off, we have defensive spine crawlers being set up. We're finally going to be droning here. And yeah, we'll see where things go. Once again, Trifax is favoring this +1 carapace.
Yeah, interesting. So +1 carapace is going to be on the way. Evo Chamber still finishing up here for Eba, and all in all, it does feel like things are going to be settling down here. Eba with a small advantage. Unfortunately, a little bit of a supply block now.
Yeah, an unfortunate supply block here as, ooh, another baneling gets taken out as well for Eba. So Trifax, having a couple of nice moments. Is going to be able to recover his economy at his third base as Eba attempts to get his lair up and running. But Trifax, importantly, doesn't have a lair. He's staying on hatch tech and he's making more roaches.
Yeah, this is not it. Eba needs to be careful to preserve these units because Trifax has a pretty scary amount of units himself. But man, this supply block is really hurting.
Yeah, it really did hurt. Eba does go in with his lings, and he should note that, again, the drone count isn't looking too high, but we do have an additional gas being taken, so maybe Trifax was just making that swirl of roaches just to be defensive, just in case.
Just to be defensive? You aren't fooling anyone. This is... I just want to survive. I'm just making all these units to survive. It's not an all-in. I'm just surviving.
He's living his best life, Poppy. Like, I'm torn because, look, see, he's droning. He made, like all these roaches. He's just chilling back at home. He doesn't want to die, Poppy. He doesn't want to die.
Those aren't drones, lad. Those are lings.
They are. There's 24 lings on the way.
You're gaslighting me.
Watch him make a drone after that.
He's droning. There's a drone.
True, Poppy. Yes, there we go. There are no drones. Trifax is going to be pulling the trigger here. He does have a massive supply lead compared to what Eba is working with. And he just now starts spying crawlers as the army is right at his doorstep.
Yeah, massive attack coming in. Eba's really going to struggle to hold this one, especially with all these lings here. Bailey going to get a fantastic connection, but the +1 carapace coming in strong.
Oh my god, the lings, they all survive. The third base is being broken. Every drone is going to be going down. But are there enough roaches? The biles are going to be missing. We have reinforcements coming in, but Trifax is also coming in from behind.
Oh, Trifax is coming in from everywhere. He is dominating this fight here, and Eba just does not have enough to hold on here. Trifax gonna be taking this one down, gonna be getting the win here for CSO Esports with dominating ZBZ.
Exactly. G gets caught.
Oh, Eba. Your father is watching and you say G?
Trifax does it here for CSO Esports, and he takes the series 4-2.
Right, that's the Protoss. He's been playing too much Protoss, Poppy. See what happens.
I agree. This is the problem, you know? I'm going to be like, Eva, too much Protoss, Papi. And then he's going to be like, no, clearly not enough Protoss. Oh my god. GG, well played here for our two players. Yeah, it's one of those things in ZVZ where, you know, on a knife's edge, is your opponent droning? Is he not droning? What's exactly happening? And Iba, he was doing a decent job at scouting and recognizing how light that third base was looking, but unfortunately, you know, he wasn't quite able to prepare in time. The rush distance on Babylon is relatively short, and we saw that he had very little time to react and throw down those pine crawlers and try and prepare his third for that push.
Yeah, a wild, scrappy back and forth game there, but Trifax feels like he's just a little bit stronger in the ZBZ, had a bit more of a grasp on exactly what was going on there. But with that, CSO going to be getting that 4-2 win over the Platinum Heroes.
Ooh, there we go. Congratulations to CSO Esports, and this is a pretty important victory for them because before tonight, I don't know if you saw the Wikipedia page, but everyone was tied. Like, it was all four teams were tied up 1-1 across the board. So it all comes down to this. It all comes down to these two matches.